I used to say my longtime partners in broadcasting were Dick Vitale and Joe Theismann, so I'm not used to public speaking. But we'll include Kevin in this tonight. I know this room is full of successful people, and as successful people, you know the one main theme for being successful, every single one of you, is being willing to bust your butt to do it right. That's the only way you become successful. But there's one other element, luck. I once asked Joe Gibbs if he believed in luck, and he said, never have, never will. I said, well, if you did poker or blackjack or gin or craps, because if you did for a half an hour, you would believe in luck. Luck has been the main thrust of my life. When I was 6 weeks old in the hospital, they told my family that I would not survive another 2 days. I was baptized, given the last rites, and that was supposed to be it. A week later, I went home, and everything was fine. Nobody knew why. That's luck. Luck is also getting a wonderful award like this from the Touchdown Club and having your best friend give you the introduction. It's really more than I can appreciate. It's unbelievable. I wanted to tell you a couple other things about luck. When I worked at Channel 7 and then worked at WMZQ Radio, there was a startup company called the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. We came to know it as ESPN. If you turned on ESPN 24 hours a day, you could see two things: Australian rules football and billiards. The same damn show over and over again. Nobody thought it was going to work. I mean, they showed highlights, which was great. You couldn't get those anywhere else. I'm trying to expand the number of play-by-play games I'm doing. I'm doing some games. I had done Redskins preseason games for Channel 7 and Maryland basketball and gotten to know Lefty, and I'm so sorry he couldn't make it here tonight. He's one of the most special people in the world. But I get a call from ESPN, and they said they have just signed a deal to do some more college football. And they wanted to know if I would be interested in doing the play-by-play. And I said, oh, geez, that's great. Tell me some more about it. And the guy says, we'll pay you $100 a game. And I said, wait. I said, there must be something wrong with this connection. I could have sworn I heard you say $100 a game. And he said, I did. He said, we don't have any budget. We just started. All the budget money went to buy the rights to do the games. And I thought, oh, great. I said, well, look, I'll think about it if you throw in 20 basketball games because I need to do games. I need to get my name out there. And he said, my 10-year-old son can do basketball, no deal. Okay, good luck to you and your 10-year-old son because I'm not working for you. That's when I found out how easy it was to burn bridges right down to the ground. Fast forward 2 years, he is looking for an analyst to do college football for ESPN. I was working for the ACC at the time, and I was working with a guy who really wasn't very good, but he liked him. So he takes the tape into the manager's office and says, watch this tape. And he says, all right, what about it? And he says, I want to hire the color guy. He says, no, he's terrible. I want you to hire the play-by-play guy. So this guy had to hire me after all, whether I wanted to work for $100 a week or not. So that was great. I've done this for 52 years, and I have met virtually every hero I ever had. I got to talk to all of them. I got to interview most of them, and some of them even became my friends. That's luck. That's 52 years worth of luck. But I want to tell you one story about the greatest hero I ever had. I worshiped Arnold Palmer. To me, there was nobody ever better. In 1981, the Kemper came to this wonderful golf course. And I was a member of the media, as was Kevin. And as a media member, you got to have the armbands and get inside the gallery ropes. And in those days, you could really get close to the players. So I told Kevin, I'm going to go follow Arnie for 18 holes. That's all I care about. So he thought it was funny, my hero worship, and he's going to follow me and make fun of me while I genuflect in the presence of Arnold Palmer. Well, now he talks a couple of Washington Post guys into joining the group, and then a couple of other people decide they're going to come along and make fun of me. I don't care. I get to watch Arnie for 18 holes. The hell with these people. So he's played 14 holes. He's even par, still has the biggest crowd there is, hasn't won a tournament in 8 years. They're waiting on a ruling, and he had just hit a terrible sand shot, and I am that far away from his golf ball. Well, he doesn't know me from Adam, but I'm the guy who's been sitting 6 feet away from him all day long, and he finally starts to recognize at least who this guy is. Now, I've interviewed Arnold Palmer 6 times during my career. They were the worst 6 interviews I ever did. You're supposed to have all these questions in your mind and then go where the interviewee wants to go. I stood in front of Arnold Palmer, and all I could think was, my God, I'm talking to Arnold Palmer. That was it. My mind was a blank. He could have said, I lost my temper on the practice range this morning, and I took a 2-iron, and I beat Jack Nicklaus to death. And I would have probably said, boy, you could always hit those long irons, couldn't you? I was so embarrassed, just so terribly embarrassed. So he looks down at me, and I swear to God, this is word for word. Kevin will back it up. He looks down at me, and he's still got the wedge in his hand. He's waggling it back and forth. And he says to me, he says, you know, I haven't hit a good bunker shot in a month. And Kylie says, oh, dear God, Arnold Palmer just struck up a conversation with Patrick. We will never hear the end of this. And I said, this is my chance as a fan just to tell him. And I took the chance. And I said, we all still believe. Every tournament you enter, we think you're going to win. And every shot you hit, we think it's going in the hole. And he had this sort of perplexed look on his face and looks down. He's got a 40-foot putt, double breaker uphill to stay even par after this bad sand shot. He looks down at me and he says, all right, I'll make it. And he lines up over this putt, breaks left, breaks right, back of the hole, slam dunk, looks down and goes like that. And I turned around and I said, I have lived a rich, full life. You can take me now. It is never going to get any better than this. I have been so lucky all my life. I thank you for this beautiful award. That's a great stroke of luck. And I thank you even more because it's not presented posthumously. Thank you.